What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are working on this Y62 Nissan Patrol. We're going to be adding Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. This module features wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, but Android can be a little bit unstable, so you know, take that with a grain of salt. Also has USB input, does iOS mirroring, Android mirroring, it does all sorts of great stuff. So without further ado, let's jump in the car and start pulling it apart. Okay, so first thing we need to do is remove the center console. Now, the way that is done is you just pull this straight down, very easy, and there's a little metal tab right here. And you can either pull it all the way off or just loosen it, and this will just slide right up, nice and easy. From there, we're going to pull this center console cushion up, and it's going to allow more access to this panel here, and this panel is literally just clips all the way around, so you're just going to use your hands and pull straight up, but don't pull too hard because there are some plugs that we need to undo as well. Okay, so once that's out, we can go ahead and set that away. So the center console had two plugs right here, and they also had little clips that you need to remove, and one plug right here. Okay, so once they're all out, you can pop that out, and then the next panels to come out are these side bits. So we're just going to go right down at the bottom here. So where my hand is, you're going to feel right down to the bottom corner where the panel ends, and you're going to pull out and that way. So they're going to come out and that way. Just like that, nice and easy. Okay, now they do have to sort of maneuver out in a certain way because there is this little locating tab here, so that's easy. We'll do the same on the other side. Okay, once those two panels are out, that's going to expose 1, 2, 3, 4 screws to begin with, so we can pop those out. So next up, we need to remove a lot of this stuff here. Now we're going to use plastic trim removal tools. We've actually got this whole kit, so something like this is perfect. Link for this exact kit is in the description. So there's two plugs on that. Now the bottom piece might try to come out with you, as you sort of seen it popped out with me. Don't be fooled, it doesn't come out first, it comes out second. So these two pieces are separate. Okay, from here, oh yeah, so there's more popping out. There we go. Alright, next up, once this panel is out, that was just clips and then a screw right in the middle. We do need to remove the screen, so these two screws will pop out as well. I'm not going to do that just yet. First, we're going to remove this panel here. So this is also clips. So what I like to do is get my hand underneath and pull, just like that, until it releases. It's a bit tight, and then you can do the top. Alright, then you can pop this out. Okay, in there we had 1, 2, 3 plugs. Okay, now panel's going to go to the side, we need to come back to that one, and then we can remove the screen. Okay, so there's a few plugs on the screen, just take your time with it, pop that somewhere safe. Alright, now we are ready to pull our kit out. Okay, so here we have a module, we have a circuit board for the screen, which we'll do later, and we have some more wiring. So what we're going to do, first things first, plug this in. Alright, so that just goes plug and play, one way, boom. And then that plugs into there, like so. Get some tape. Okay, then we're going to run this down here, underneath, all the way down to here, in the center console. That's where we're going to mount the module. Right here, there's a lot of space, and I'll get you a look on that soon. Okay, then you can just use some tape and tape to the factory looms. And now that is ready to plug back into the factory screen with the genuine plugs, like so. And that's neat. Microphone, there's a lot of different things you can do with the mic. I've found a perfect position in this panel. So right in this panel, pops down, and then the inside of it, sort of right here, there's a plastic ledge, and this microphone has a clip. you face the mic that way and clip it on, and the mic ends up sitting right there. And you can't see it, but it looks good, so I'll get you another look at that too. Okay, that's the mic done. So not only is that really effective time-wise, but it's actually a really good solution. We try not to do cheap solutions. We try to do the best we can, but we don't want, normally the mic goes in the roof lining up here. It's a brand new, almost $100,000 car. No one wants to see an aftermarket mic hanging down the roof. So it looks nice. I mean, it's completely concealed here, and we tested this in the demo car. No one's ever had any problems, no issues. No one's come back with microphone problems, so we're happy with that. Okay, next up, now if you guys have your own universal kit, this is where you're going to run into some problems. I'm going to make this as simple as I can. These vehicles do not have AUX standard, okay? And so they shouldn't. You don't need it. They have USB inputs, but you cannot use these for CarPlay without extreme modification in one way or the other. What we used to do was modify the actual housing itself. It used to take a lot of time. You can modify the plug, but then you lose the factory plug setup, the way it works. Now this just pops out from the back, and it's just held in by 4 little clips, so you can use something like that and just a pick and pop it out. It's easy. This will come in the kit, comes in all the kits, this little thing here. It's going to plug into the factory USB port, so you can leave it like that if you want in the factory housing in this panel, and just have it sitting here and have this wire running down. Up to you. But anyway, so that plugs in. It tells the car there's a USB input and the car's reading USB, and it's converting the signal to AUX. Well, it's actually converting the AUX signal to USB for the car. That's the simplest way of putting it. But to do this, you're either going to end up with a hole like that, and good luck finding a blank that will fit, or you'll end up with this in the panel with that hanging out. So you can do either of those. What I've done, and the reason for this is because we do a lot of these cars for dealerships and it needs to be perfect. I've had this little panel developed. It pops in there. It's a perfect blank. Okay, and it's plug and play, and it clips in, and it's got the housing for a flush mount USB, which we also supply in the kit. Boom. So flush mount, and then you've got USB. It looks perfect. It looks OEM. Now, if you buy the kit from me, obviously you will get this stuff. If you don't, it's not a big deal. You can do whatever you want, and you know, set it up your own way. But just so you know, if you just use the CarPlay USB, that's what it is. Okay, so you don't get a flush mount that you can try and mount wherever you want. This is what it is. However, with a flush mount, you can just plug it in and use it as an extension. Alright, so we'll keep moving with that. I'll show you how it all works. Okay, so that's what it looks like done. You've got a high-speed USB, and the pros to this is it's completely revertible. Rip that out, put the factory one back in. Nothing has been modified in any way. It can go back to stock. And 2, yes, the factory USB is being put away behind the scenes. You'll see that as well. But the new module also has a USB input, so it does everything the factory did as well as CarPlay. And yeah, that's it. Looks good. This isn't going to go back in just yet because we're going to do a brake controller in this car as well, which is going here. But just so you know, it's done. And on this end of things, this is a AUX plug, and it goes from the module. You've got an audio output. Okay, so you've got your CarPlay connected, and it's sending sound to the module. The module's picking that sound up, sending it audio output right through this cord into your little converter, okay, which is then telling the factory car, hey, there's a USB, so it will start playing music, and 2, obviously the sound will come through that. And then just make sure everything's plugged in nice and tight. Okay, if this doesn't make any sense, just drop a comment below and I can explain it more, but hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so now what we need to do is just plug this thing in back as normal, and then tape it up nicely, and like this, and then tape it up to one of these limbs, put it away, and that's your audio done. Okay, so all that's left is once this panel here goes in, we just plug our USB female into there, and then that into the module, and that's it, which I'll get you a better look on that anyway. But for now, I guess we'll go and do the screen because we're almost done. Alright, so what's happening here is we're going to open the screen and get the back off of it. And we're going to add this circuit board, and that's going to allow touch and video to work through the factory setup. And we'll also have this thing here, and then that will plug into the module. Alright guys, now screen is back in, so it's all plugged in, and I've put it obviously back in. I don't know how else to say it. Now we can switch the ignition on. All we're looking for is video and touch to work. So I already tested this and it wasn't recording. So video is perfect and touch is perfect, so I didn't stuff it up. And then we can turn it back off. We can run this down with the other wires. This is going to go all the way down to the module. So with all that being done, we can literally go, so this is going to go to CarPlay USB, that's easy. This is going to go to LCD out. This is going to go to power. Okay, we're going to neaten all these wires up as well. And then the last thing was the microphone, so don't forget that, it's your voice control. Alright, and actually, yeah, I'll come back when we're ready to go back together. I'm going to finish this panel off so we can do it all together. Alright, we've got our red arc brake controller on, so now we can keep going. Now we've just got to plug in our cigarette lighter. Okay, so that's that setup done. Looks awesome. So then our CarPlay USB is just going to plug into this extension we've just run here. And we can tape it up. I've left my tape, of course. Alright, before we go too far, we'll give it all a test. So what you need to do is go audio, iPod. Okay, it's going to check iPod. Okay, allow. I'm not going to go wireless because it's not my car. And there you go. Boom. CarPlay. Now we can go.
A lot of shit happen, like being in the show business, a lot of shit DJ.
And just make sure your left and right are both on. That will make sure all your plugs are plugged in properly. And then we can go here, back here, set up. Okay, I'm going to go, where was it? I think it's smartphone. We're going to change Android to Android Auto. Then we're going to go out here to CarPlay. And we're going to go 1, 1, 2, 3. We're going to change it to right hand drive. And we're going to change the logo to Nissan. Alright, we're going to go back, and that's it. Alright, we'll disconnect the phone, turn the car off, let it reset. Alright guys, there it is. CarPlay is in working. This will obviously work with Android as well. A lot of people ask me about the reverse camera. So we're in CarPlay, I'm just going to go into reverse. Okay, so that's going to switch us to the reverse camera. And then straight back into CarPlay where we were. And we're going to hit that back button just to switch between the two systems. You've also got the functionality. So this is what I was saying before about the microphone. So, hey Siri, how are you today?
I'm fine, thanks.
Okay, just like that. Really nice and easy, guys. I didn't have to yell at it or anything like that. I just spoke normally and it picked it up without a problem. I'm not going to clean this all the way because we've still got a lot of work to do on this car, but just wanted to sort of get the vibe for you guys. Guys, that is the whole install, so it's pretty straightforward. Obviously it helps if you have the right tools and you know, that little blanking and whatever else, but it is very DIY, very easy to DIY, plug and play. The screen's probably the hardest thing, and you know, it might have looked easy on camera. I've done, I don't know, we've done countless amounts of these patrols, but I can tell you from experience, it's actually very easy. It's not hard, it's not daunting. You can watch that video if you're going to do it yourself. And yeah, now if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. If you want to get this module and the kit that the way that I sell it, all the links, all that stuff is all in the description. And yeah, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.